So wait, what does hair mean to you? And why do you think that men or black men or whatever it is are fixated with certain styles of hair or types of hair or weave or whatever it is? What's your views on that?
I'm gonna let this queen bust and grace the stage first.
Why me? I don't know the fascination with hair. No, honestly, I don't know the fascination. But that's through my own personal experiences. Because I don't have a fascination with hair, but men have a fascination with hair. I've yet to figure that out yet. But I don't know, because the texture thing with hair, I think for guys, it may be a self-hate thing. With us, I think we're cool because I was saying it before, like we're cyclical beings, so we like to change textures, we like to colour our hair without damaging our own hair. I don't know if we have an issue with the texture. I think men may have have a problem with the texture of our hair.
Why do you think
You know what
that
I'm
is?
saying? I don't know, maybe because it's coarse, or people use the term nappy because they have no issues with other people's hair, but maybe when we have our own hair, us, and we're wearing our hair, we don't really...
In the natural state.
Yeah, in our natural state. We don't really get, I don't know, the afros and we don't really get respected. They prefer the relaxed version on us.
European
I
style.
think that's definitely something that's been taught to them, if I'm honest.
Yeah.
Because when you, even if you just watch films, and you go back to it, our grandparents and whatever else they've been like, wigs was a big thing in like the 40s, 50s and 60s, like major 60s, it was booming. Yeah. And that's when you found it was more the straighter styles that were coming out, them little bobbed and pixie kind of cuts and all of that. But prior to that, even if you want to go back, and let's just go back on a depth of a slavery type film, right, or anything from around that era, they were wearing their hair out. You weren't hearing men say, "Oh, why don't you hot comb your hair? Why don't you straighten your hair? Your hair's so nappy." Because you know what, the woman's hair was most likely like the man's hair. And men, all they were doing is cutting it. They were cutting it and grooming, and sometimes the women were helping to groom the man's hair anyway. And I think what happened is when the whole phase of the people that were mixed started coming into play, and I don't use the N word like that, but for context I will say it. No, the word that I'm going to use is the niggers. But when you had the house ones that were mixed, because it was now the slave owner's daughter as well, that's when fairness became a thing. So when fairness became a thing, and that was, you should be, you were held higher
To a higher standard.
But then your hair texture now changed because now it's mixed. So because they were already held higher, now you've got black women thinking, in order for me to feel like this or be respected or be looked at differently, I have to be somewhat like her. Then the whole straightening process came in, and you hold on, not only are they making it seem like it's better to be her, but she's not going through the stress and the drama with getting her hair done. She's not balling out when the comb ain't going through it. The comb's gliding through almost like the Europeans. Not quite, but almost. So she can still braid it. She can still do the things that we can do, but with ease compared to us. And I think we fell for the whole ease. It's easier to manage. It's easier to maintain. But if we learn how to maintain and manage ours consistently throughout, we wouldn't be in this point. And then obviously then you've got the attraction of men becoming attracted to that type of woman, and then it became a thing. And that's not to say that men are just attracted to that, but I think that's where it started, and it's just manifested in some.
And also, I was going to say, I think if you think about where this whole hair journey started from, men were more understanding because they understood, in order for us to move up in society, we're going to have to make changes to us. Do you know what I mean? So obviously now in society, it's more respectful. We're seeing in schools that teachers or principals, whatever we're getting told for our hair textures, and in workplaces. So I think back in the day, obviously coming through civil rights era, men were more understanding that my wife is going to have to manipulate her hair to keep this job, to have this job. My child's going to have to manipulate their hair to get into school and to stay in this school. Obviously we're out of that era, but I'm just saying, I think there was more understanding around
Society acceptance.
Acceptance of society, whereas it's no longer kind
Did
of.
you say so? It's
there.
basically just grown over from being a society acceptance in society to let her do what she wants. It's her hair.
Yeah,
And I think a lot of them have just become laid back, where it's her hair. If it looks good, it looks nice, and it suits her.
Yeah,
Go for it. And then you have got some men who aren't for it at all,
100%.
and will just prefer the woman to be in her natural her state.
Yeah.
Do you think they think that, or do you think they're programmed to think that?
What's that? Allow her to be herself.
Yeah.
I think it's programmed.
It's definitely a program.
Yeah.
I think a lot of it is programming, isn't it? From back then, and now we're just setting the programming.
Reset. Reset.
Because even women now that are comfortable with their natural hair, some men still have an issue with it. Like they want you to probably wear a weave and want you to. I know it's crazy, right? But no, I think they're so used to seeing women not in their natural state that it's a shock when they see you in your natural state. It's like, but it's like, hello, did you not think that I would have the same texture hair as you or not?
But I also think that's because now when girls go out, they're on a perceived notion I've got to look my best, and the best means not their natural state. So because of that, when they're meeting the guy, if you meet a guy with weave, come on, you can't even blame the man. Let's be honest, you can't blame him. No, there is. No, you can't blame a guy.
I'm not gonna cut you, but go on.
If he's met you wearing a weave and you link up with him again wearing a wig or a weave, and then every time he's seen you after that wearing a weave, he's not gonna have a clue unless you've spoken about it what texture hair you have. So in his head, he's so accustomed to it, it's gonna be normal programming for him to see you with. So it's gonna be a shock when you're. There's guys that are shocked and shit. Oh my god, she's got nice hair.
Sorry, not to baby. That sounds a bit. Let me ask you a question. If you met a man that was bald, you met him, and every time you see him, he's bald, and then he eventually grows hair, and then you see his hair, like you're a black man, so the reality of you is, okay, maybe
I know how black men look with hair.
Right, that's what I'm saying. Like, I just think there has to be some reality you're grounded in. I might meet you all groomed and stuff, so your hair looks maybe you got waves or whatever, but from you're not doing a wave
state
in it,
without product.
Do you know what?
Right,
I think that's
but
where
is it because we're women? Because women, we're more accepting of what reality is.
I think so, because we're the ones that have had to make the drastic aesthetical changes over time.
I'm with you.
Whereas, not to say it's always the same, but if a guy's got a beard, whether he's bald or not, you have a guide as to what his hair might be like. If he's got a beard or if he's got facial hair.
Right.
Yeah? May not be exactly the same, but it's a rough guide.
Yeah, it gives you a little
what his hair,
idea.
whether it be texture, colour, whatever. So I don't think that helps it to not come as so much of a shock as well. So it's like, okay, cool, he's gonna have it. I'll be honest, if I see a guy and he's bald, my biggest concern is gonna be his hairline. Yeah. But when it grows back, is it all growing back?
But I'm not really
or
giving
not? But even then, it is what it is.
I'm honestly not giving these men a pass, because if you meet me in a weave, and every time you see me, I've got a weave on or a wig. Like, I beg you, come out of your own mind and think, raw, what her hair might look like my hair, or the texture may be similar to mine. I'm gonna need you to come out of your own.
Conversations need to be had, though.
Do you not think that black men have an understanding and have empathy for a black woman's process in regards to her hair?
No.
Do you know? I'm gonna go against these. Look. I'm gonna say some. No, I'm not gonna say all. I'm not gonna say all, but I definitely think some do, and that's some because I think that they've been educated, whether it be by their mothers, their sisters, or peers, or self-education. Yeah, or just experience. Maybe they've been down that road with women that they've been enlightened by the journey, and they've had to then choose to learn it. And I think you've actually got a lot more men than we realise that are on par with wanting women to be in their natural state. And for those men, I think they do acknowledge what we've had to endure to get to where we are now in society. So I definitely wouldn't rule out all men.
I'm not all men. I'll get there. You sound like you're gonna say I'm gonna get there. You know you're gonna say something.
It's just so sad to me. It's so sad because it definitely
Why? Because you got the good hair.
No,
so I just have to say it. I have to say it.
No.
I don't even believe in good hair like that.
But this topic is so sad to me because it definitely stems from slavery, as we all know, and from the books and research that I've done, we actually embraced our hair, and because I see things very differently, as we all know. But oh my god, I don't want to say this, but
Nah, talk it.
I'm on the field, working 20 hours a day, haven't bathed in about 3 days. I have my nappy hair, and the plantation owner is leaving his wife with her good hair, her good clothes, and her good smelling self to come and get me. I'm perfect. So why did we have to change? Why did we have to change?
What made you change?
The white woman.
The white woman.
She said that
That's just how I see things. Like if he came to take me off the field with my raggedy clothes and my hair and my unhygienic self because I'm living in squalor.
Do you know what? I have
Was the pump pump that good? Like, what was happening?
I have to ask this though, yeah. And this is a genuine question, yeah. You said the white woman, and it might just sound like really too, but
because I read books where we were actually told to cover up our hair.
Yeah, but I was gonna say, was it the white woman or the white man?
Who was fucking me?
And the reason why, but this is my but this is why I asked that, and the reason why I say that, yeah, is because when you think about it, most of the women just didn't like the women, period. And I mean that's a thing with women in general.
So cover your hair up.
Why
man leaving me to come on the field to get you? Cover up.
But this is the point. But the thing is, it's the man that's got the
interest. Cover the big breast, them. Cover up.
Okay.
But it's the man that has the interest, which is something different. We have continued
to cover up with the weaves and the wigs. And everything.
Yeah. And so funny you say that, you know.
But now, when you look at white men, they're interested in natural black women.
That's what I was going to say.
That's what I was going to. That's what I'm going
white
to.
Men,
when
they
you
accept us in the natural.
When you see a gym,
but
he's with a Tawande. Okay, in all her natural glory. Okay.
Tawande, if you're out there. That's a dope name though.
I won't tell you the drink though, but I just made
welcome back.
Tawande. No, she killed me with Jim in the first place. Jim and Tawande.
You know what I mean? Like,
wait, what's the child's name now?
When I see a majority of interracial couples,
what's the child's name now?
Shawande.
With the curly hair.
Wait, say what you gonna say?
When I see predominantly interracial couples, it is like a very strong black man in his natural state or a very strong black natural woman in her natural state.
So it makes no sense.
It's
that when we're together, we're not.
But can I be real, yeah? The hair thing is actually a big thing. For me, I think, with my experience with hair means really nothing to me. But for some people, it really means a lot. Like in terms of if you were a dark-skinned woman and you had your natural hair, your experiences as a child, you could have been bullied because of your naturalness.
I think you're unbalanced.
No, but hear this now. Those things that happened to you when you was a child, so say like you was bullied for your hair, your choices as your partner could be like, right, I'm going to go and get a partner outside of my race so my child doesn't have to go through what I've gone through. Yeah. So for some people, or like I've been bullied for my skin colour, so I'm going to go and get someone that's lighter in my race or someone outside of my race. For them, it's like, yeah, because I don't want my child to go through it. So as much as I can sit here and say like hair to me, and that's because I've lost my hair on multiple occasions, it means nothing to me, even though on a scientific level, it's like my hair is an extension of my neurological system. It don't mean anything based off my character and who I am.
That's
but for
to
some
you.
people,
there's about
that's
a
what
million people in the world, and if we all had your mentality, the world would be a better place.
I know. It would be. But what I'm saying,
there are women
for
out
some
there
people
walking with a 30-inch horsetail behind their head.
Exactly.
And you know,
but this is because of
when
their
I'm
childhood
walking, I'm like,
experiences.
oh, that's a white woman, and I'm seeing a Tawande, and I'm like, it doesn't match. It just doesn't match. It doesn't. You look ridiculous.
Who is Tawande?
You look ridiculous.
Tawande, phone my line. Phone him.
It looks ridiculous.
Is wearing weave poisonous?
Yes, man.
I think doing anything outside of its natural state would be damaging.